Get on, my buddies, Harvey here from SES Tools, and welcome to this long formatted video where we're going to discuss all of the best bricklaying profile setups in the UK and why they would be good for you and the pros and cons of each. Now, before we start, I must say that every profile setup will be beneficial to you, more beneficial than building a corner. Although some of you might not like that, if you're on price work, you have to be having profiles and all the clamps to go with them, because quite frankly, in today's game, you won't be earning enough money just using a level and building a corner. Now, of course, some of these setups will be more beneficial to you than others, but that's what we will be discussing. There's three different setups that we're going to be looking at. First off, it's the traditional external setup. So the external, the standard external 2 meter setup. Then it's box sections and all the clamps. So the external clamps, internal clamps, clipper, timber clamps, top studies, all those bits. And then finally, we're looking at box sections and props. So more of our game and everything that we've developed. So starting off, we have the traditional external setup. This is our 2 meter setup. Now, the good thing about these to start off with is that they have been around for years. I think these were the first profiles that were originally being brought to the UK, or made in the UK, sorry. And the good thing about them being around for years is that loads of different brands stock them. Loads of different brands make various different variations of them. Some do things a little bit differently, little tweaks here and there for what they think is best. The benefits of that is if you buy an external setup from somebody and you don't like a particular thing about them, whether you don't like the stabilizers or the line holders, you could have a look elsewhere, and likely it is that all of the products that these different companies stock will fit your external setup. Now, don't get me wrong, in our opinion, our external setup is the best value for money. For the pair, it's just $179.99 including VAT, which I think for a profile setup is an absolute bargain. Another brilliant thing about them being around for years is that they have been tried and tested by bricklayers all over the country. I'd imagine I'd say 100% of bricklayers have probably used one of these setups before. And the good thing about that is that they'll know how to set them up. So if you're getting a new bloke into your gang, unless it's an apprentice and they've never set a profile up before, if you're getting a new bloke into your gang, likely it is he'll know how to set up your profiles and he'll be able to hit the ground running then. Now, that's the pros of having an external profile setup, but what is the cons? Well, the one thing is that when you order profile externals, you get a lot of little bits with them. You get your line holders, you've got stabilizers with that, you've got a setting device, and you've got all of your external clamping bolts. Now, for two profiles, that is a lot of stuff. That is a lot of little bits that, if you're not very organised, it's a likelihood that you will lose a couple. But then again, when you look at it, when there's so many of them around, those bits that you lose are so easily replaceable. Because if you just look at our site alone, we've got hundreds of different sets and different little bits to go with them. Not hundreds, but tens. We've got loads of little bits to go with them, and loads of little replacement parts that you can have a look at. Another con to 2 meter external profiles is in the name, external. They only do external profiles. If you want to do an internal wall, or you want to do an internal, or you want to have a profile set up on an internal or an intermediate, you have to get a whole new profile, which obviously isn't ideal. It's not very cost effective. But if you're a tops gang and you're working mainly on externals, they would be perfect for you. So in summary, the pros and cons of the external setup: it's very easy to set up, it's very cost effective, and it's been tried and tested by bricklayers all over the UK for the past 30 years or however long they've been out. So you know it'll work. But the cons are, it comes with a load of little fiddly bits which are very easy to lose. But then again, like I said, they are very easily replaceable. And also, you can only set it up on external profiles. You can't set it up on internals. Now, next up is box sections and clamps. So on our website, you'll probably see we have loads of different clamps. If you look at our categories, I look at our categories when I log onto our website all the time, and the clamps is the most full one. We've got about 5 pages worth of clamps just to set up a box section profile. A lot of them are very similar. We've got various different brands, but we like to have different brands because people like different stuff. Now in my hand is our very own box section. This is a 2 meter box section. Now the benefits of having these is that they are aluminium, so they're very light, easy to carry and easy storage, and they're still, these are 3mm thick. You do get some lighter aluminium box sections which are 1.6mm thick. We don't stock them because we don't think they're strong enough really, but a 3mm thick box section is perfect in our opinion. The good thing about the clamps and brackets with the box sections is that they are very versatile. There's so many different clamps and brackets to do so many different jobs, but having so many brackets, you've taken up a lot of toolbox space. So if you come over here, we can have a look at the different types of clamps that there are and have a browse at a couple of them. So if you have a look at our little mortarboard stand here full of the clamps, you've got various different clamps here. You've got your externals. So this is the Blue Spot 300mm, very good value for money, as well as the Nielsen 200mm. Blue Spot also do a 200mm, and Nielsen obviously also do a 300mm. That's for your external setup. That's a fixed external setup, or what I quite like is sliding clamps, very versatile. If you've got different little bits there, you can set them up for various different things. They work for brick and for block. If you get 560, this is a 330mm sliding clamp, but if you get a 560 sliding clamp, you could literally use it for any sort of external setup. So there's your external clamps. Then you've got internal clamps. Well, these are just the fixed internal clamps, so similar to the external clamps, just for internals. Same with the externals of these bits here. You slot those into your perp, tighten up, and that will be pushing your profile against the wall like so. I'm sure most of you probably already know how to set them up. So more internal and intermediate setup. You've got T-clamps. So this is T-clamps for a bed joint. You slot that in through your bed joint. We do also have perp joints where this bit is twisted, so it slots in through the perp, but slot this in through your bed joint, twist, and then that will clamp onto your box section like so. These are probably our best selling clamps at the moment. These are flying off the shelves and they are absolutely brilliant. Even more internal clamps. This is the mortar spike, so quick and easy. Slot that into your raked out perp joint, slot that into your perp joint, tighten up, and that will push against your profile and hold it against the wall like everything else. Then this is a little beauty. This is a mortar spike. What a donkey, I'm sat here editing it now. A Dutch pin. Sorry, before you all get on my fucking back, because I know you will be. It's a Dutch pin, not a mortar spike. Leave me alone. I'm sure many of you have seen them before. They're very popular. If you've got fully set, if you've come in the next morning, you need to stick a box section up, but on the internals, but you've got a fully set mortar from the day before. Smash that in to your perp or your bed joint and just keep going until that is pinning your box section in tight. The good thing, I'll tell you what, these are the Normex Dutch pins. The good thing I like about these is that, as you can see, they're squared off. You get some Dutch pins which are rounded. Now the good thing about them being square is obviously once they're in, they don't twist like that. They're in and they're solid because they're squared off, whereas if you get a rounded one, it could be turning a bit and just, you don't have as much confidence with them. Now onto an intermediate clamp really. This is the Dean clamp that we stock. This is our Dean clamp. So this is the Dean clamp. This is our Dean clamp that we stock. So this bit here will go out. That will clamp onto your internal block work. Clamp onto your internal block work. Tighten that up, and then you can clamp that to the top of your profile and hold the top of your profile steady. This is perfect for intermediate setups or external setups. But yeah, the only issue with these is that they only do 100mm cavities. They don't yet do 150mm cavities. We are having a look into it. We've asked our manufacturer if they can do 150mm cavities, but they will be getting back to us. With the new rules and regs coming in, I think it'll be pretty stupid of them not to do 150mm cavities. Another good selling clamp that we stock is a 3-way timber clamp. It's perfect for timber frames. These bits bolt to your timber frames, and that holds the top of your profile. Simple, easy, but like I've said on the previous ones, there's so many different clamps just to hold up a box section. We'll be looking at these clamps more on the next one, but there is even more. I forgot. Now we've come over to the other mortarboard stand. You've got, this is your external setup here. Here's our new corbel clip. Oh yeah, better we get a little cheeky plug of that one in. It's our new corbel clip. It works as a dory block, so you've got the holes here so you can see your gauge. You run it off there. You can run it off there to be a normal dory block, but if you're on corbel courses or just a dental and a bit of detail, you could use these ridges here or these bits down here to run a line off and step in and out of brickwork. Here, I don't know, you can't even see the full thing, is our aluminium top steady. Now this is perfect for externals. It holds the top of your profile steady, hence why it's called a top steady. So this is our 2-in-1. Why is it 2-in-1? Well, I'll take one. I'll keep them on actually. So you've got the clamp here. That will clamp onto your internal block work. So if you're on a traditional build, clamp onto your internal block work, and then it'll come out, and whatever cavity you've got, you can adjust this and clamp your profile to it there. Or if you're on timber frame, you can see these little holes here. Undo these here. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Come in like that, bring that screw out, and then you can screw into your timber frame there and do the clamp the profile on the other end the exact same. So they are very versatile. Also, if you're clamping with external clamping, or not external clamping box, sorry, just the standard external clamps and the internal clamps, these would be perfect for you. These are our dory blocks. You've got the 75mm dory block for external face work, and then you've got the 50mm dory block. That's just your plain and simple. If you're on block work, it's easy. This is just a bit more fancy. Now the benefits of these clamps is that they're so quick and easy to use, and similar to the external profiles, they've been around for 15, probably 20 years now, and loads of different people stock them. You've got loads of different manufacturers. You've got Nielsen, Ox, Blue Spot. You've got various other ones that we don't stock, but they are so quick and easy to replace. If you lose one, or your apprentice has done something stupid, he's dropped it down a cavity, or dropped the clamp down a cavity or something like that, they're so easy to replace, and also they're very cheap. Some of these clamps are as little as £3.99, I think is our cheapest one. Sorry, I take that back. Normal Dutch pins, £2.72. But then again, you do get a more expensive range. There is more expensive ranges out there. They're just the cheap and cheerful versions, because that's what we find our customers like. The only major con that we find with the clamps and brackets is that they're quite fiddly to set up, and you almost need a full another toolbox just to hold your clamps. Actually, funnily enough, we do a toolbox full of clamps. It's the box of clamps. We've done a video on it probably a couple of years ago now, but that's sort of everything you would need to set up a box section profile. So in summary, the benefits, very easy to find parts for them. It could be quite cheap to find parts for them if you get the right parts. And yet again, because there's so many different manufacturers, you can try out various different things, find what works for you, find what you like, whether that's the higher end stuff or like we've got the cheap and cheerful. And some of the clamps are as little as £2.72. So if you lose it or you break it, it's not going to break your bank account to replace it. But the negatives, it takes up a hell of a lot of toolbox space, so that obviously isn't ideal. Now finally, my personal favourite setup, because we have developed it and this is our baby. We absolutely love this. This is the props and box section setup. very quick and simple to use. Now, the first benefit I'm going to say is that they are so versatile. You can use them on foundation, you can use them, oh, this includes the bottom steady as well. You use them on foundation, you can use them on external, you can use them on internal, you can use them on intermediate. It can, any job you have, you can set up a profile with these. Another benefit of these is, say you have the bottom steady box section, two props. Yes, you can get external clamping bolts with the bottom steady, and you probably need a dory block with that as well, but that's 4 clamps you have to be carrying around at all times, and you can set up a profile anywhere. Now that, I know the props are a bit bulky, but if you've got the room in your van, that is an absolute lifesaver. Now the thing about that is, it is versatile. It's easy to do, and if props and profiles are versatile, then you're versatile. If you walk on site in the morning, and say you go back to the clamp setup, you've got the clamp set up, you're expecting to be on externals all day, so you've taken all your internal clamps out of your toolbox, because you don't want to be carrying around all the clamps if you're not going to use them. And you turn up to site, and the site agent goes, "Oh, sorry boys, we're chucking you on a new foundation." So you now don't have the clamps for the profiles, whereas this one, he could say, "You do that internal," or you've got, "I want to start a new found." So you go, "All right, no problem. That's no issue to me. I've got profile props. Cut them in. Do that one up. Getting in the way. There you are. Good brush wash, done. Level it up and away you go. There. Simple. Then you've got profile set up. You can use that on internals, you can use that on intermediates. Literally anything you want. All you'd need is something steady in the bottom. Steady in the bottom, what do you need? Bottom steady. Now, what is the benefits to these bottom steadies? Don't even get me started. Here we go. So, there's so many different ways to set them up. So you've got holes up here. What's that for? Well, if you've got external work, that's 75mm high. You can bang that straight into your next bed up, as long as you've got 2 courses there. You've got holes here. If you come onto a foundation, your foundation's still green, so it's still quite soft. You could drill or screw down through or nail down through. That, you've got holes either side, bang them through, that'll stop it moving. Profile on there, props on the top. Then you've got the hooks here. That's for your external clamping bolt. Come in over the top here, fold down like that, that goes into the pert, and it will hold it in like an external 2-meter setup, like the one I showed you first. Now these, I can't take the credit for this. This is from the boss. So Dad has developed these over, I think we first started stocking them in about 2021. So 5 years worth of developing these and getting feedback from all sorts of different customers. This is the best we've ever had it. So you've got your slot there for your data pin. If you're on foundation, slot that over your data pin. Yet again, like I said, if it's still green, chuck a bolt down through there. If not, lay your first course of block, and then you can use your external clamping bolts and clamp in to your block. As well as if you're all further up the lift, if you're on your first lift, you've got this little slot here on your corner. The day before, if you rake out your bed on the corner, slot that into your corner, and you get your clamping bolts, clamp in the side, or you can go up, if you've got an extra course up there, you can go up and nail into your bed joint from the day before. So in summary, the benefits to the box sections, props and bottom steadies is that they're super versatile. You can use them anywhere. There's only 4 bits included them, so you're not taking up any toolbox space. Yes, the props take up a bit of space in the van, but if you've got the space there, why not use it? And as well, they're super fast to set up. You've seen how fast I set them up, and I'm just a useless tool salesman. Once you get the gist of it, come in the morning, bish bash bosh, and you've got a profile set up in under a minute for 2 corners. Now, here's the biggest negative of the lot, is that they are quite expensive, when you compare it to external profiles. We got a full external corner profile, two corners set up for $179.99. Whereas those, you've got 4 props. So if you were to set that up for 2 corners, you've got 4 props. Our longest props are 205 including VAT, just for the props, and then you've got box sections on top of that. So I think for 2 metre aluminium box sections, we've got them up for just over £89, just under 90 quid. So that's already, you're looking at 300 quid. And then for the bottom steadies on top of that, they're £39.99 each. So you've got 380 quid's worth of profiles. But when you look at that, you've got versatility. So if you were to buy, I see, it does piss me off, I must admit. You've got the external profiles. Loads of people stock them. But it pisses me off when they say, oh, this is the cheapest setup on the market. Yes, it's the cheapest setup for externals. But then as soon as you get to internal block work and you've got to set up a profile, then all of a sudden it's another 100 quid down the drain because you've got to buy the internal setup. Or if you get to intermediates, then it's another 80 quid down the drain because you've got to get the internal set or intermediate setup. That 380 quid and it does fucking everything. So if you're buying external profile setup for 2 corners, I think I priced it up the other day with another brand. You're looking at 200 quid for the externals. Then you're looking at another 100 quid for the internals. Well, that's 300 quid. Then you're looking at another 100 quid for the intermediates. There's your 400 quid. And you've got a full toolbox full of tools that are little fiddly little things. Like we said about the externals, you've got so many little bits to lose. You've got a full toolbox full of gear to do all these different things when you could just have 4 bits and it does fucking everything. And they are top quality gear and it will last you a lifetime. So if I was to rank the 3, what would I go for? I would say in 3rd place, I'd have to say it's the box sections and the clamps. 2nd place, it's the external profiles. And 1st place by a fucking country mile is box sections, props and bottom steadies. Yes, they're quite expensive, but you can use them on anything. If this has helped you out and made you realise what profiles and what box sections and what setup you would want, give it a like and give us a follow. Every little bit helps us out. This is a very passionate subject of ours. We've been developing our setup for years. Now we think that our setup is the perfect setup for versatility and quick and easy profile setup. So if you'd like to get yours or any other profile setups we talked about today, head on over to www.sestools.co.uk and order yours now, because where do you shop best? SES.